Once upon a time, in a land far away, urchins were happy to live like children. They loved to play and go wherever they wished. But there were a number of urchins who grew tired of life without parents, who wanted very much to be treated as children, and they saw to it that they were. They would take the little children into their nests, lay one upon the other, and play. They would bring them candy and tell them stories. They treated their little ones as a whole, and would treat their parents with the same respect, until the parents could no longer care for the urchins of their own heart. And then they took one of the children that had grown weary of life and had no other life to take it, and they made it their own. The stories that started to develop in the hearts of the little children of this world were told to the elves. Many urchins were sent to find out what had happened to the elves that had no time to play. Some of them went to find out what would happen to their kind when the elves were no longer with them. And many others got sent after their own heart or their own children and made them their own. One little boy in the world of the elves was sent after his own heart. Now he was growing up in the world of life and the elves. He did everything as he saw fit. And as he grew older, and he began to see and discover the secrets that the elves were keeping from him, he started to feel very uncomfortable. He noticed that others were making a great deal of noise. And when he went to one house all of his own, he heard the talk going on all around and he did not like the sound of it. So he went around to another one. And when he did, he heard the talk going on in the yard, and he was surprised to see that people had all of their lives before them. A wonderful life full of fun. The sun shining and all the people doing just what everyone wanted them to. And then he noticed the little girl making a great deal of noise. And it seemed to him that he could tell it was the little one talking. He saw her playing with her doll and putting on a pair of boots. And he thought that it must be her making the noise. When he went around to the other houses, he saw the little girl at the same table, getting up and walking around. And when he went to him, he felt the little one was afraid. This was the little Oni. 1/2's life. The little one told her stories, and danced and played. She loved to play. The little one was a fun-loving little girl, but she had a dark side to her, and it was hard for the little ones to understand. When the little ones growed more wise and strong, and the little ones could stand on their own 2 feet, they would stand up and talk to each other. And sometimes the little ones tried to stand up with the little ones, and they would run around and scare each other. But their little hearts were so different. And sometimes the little ones could knee 1/2 understand either one of them. This was the evil side to the little ones. And then the little one showed the little one a way to get food. The child learned to look through a chute to get food, and when they went to the next table, the little one looked through the window, and the child was so amazed at all he found there. The child showed the little one where his mother was. Now the little one is so glad to see his mother that he will talk to her just the same. But the little ones growed a great deal different in their heart. The little ones had grown up, and the little ones had grown up. The little one knew. He had seen the little ones growed into men, and the little ones grew taller, and the little ones could speak in more ways than the small ones understood. One little boy in the world of the elves was sent after his own heart, but he had grown up to be just like his own mother. And now he was like his mother. His mother taught him everything, and he had learned to speak with it. So he was like his mother, and she was like him. And his mother was always like her mother. When he was a great big person, he would speak about the life they had had, and people would know it was his mother that really made it happen. When a child grows up, that little boy loved to watch his mother, and the little one that he loved so very much would take care of her even when it was his heart that needed her. And when the little ones that he loved so very much would do something for another little ones that he loved very much, and the little one would cry because of that wonderful love, the little one that the little one loved so very would have it all. So he is my little one, and my little mother. We have always lived together. He and his little mother were one love. Now that is a big story by itself. But today, they went back to telling the story on their own. Maybe it really is true. Maybe this is one good story about love. To look back and remember that they really do love each other. We will just have to look into it and find out for ourselves. Perhaps one day, maybe by watching you, and then you will find out. Will find yourselves just like those things. If you will find yourself just like those things, then you will have all they have. Then you will be able to hear their voices. And you will know them for who they truly and really are. Then you will have no doubt whatsoever. Then you will know that you are their son. And you will have all they have. Then, you will know they are all there. Even if you may not really know yourself yet. Because you have no doubt whatsoever that they are all real. You have all that you have. But until you have all that you have, you might wonder about who you really are. But if you will know who they truly and truly are, then you will have all that they have. Then when you look and try to see yourself, and see all you have, see that everything you have are all true, then you will know that you just might be all that. Then, we don't have to wonder about who or what or when that has come true. Once you know what it really is, know that you are all there, then you'll know. And when you can take all that you have and know that you are all there, you can have it all. That is the story all true. And that is the story we tell. Maybe when the little one is older, he will understand us enough to understand that we were like the elves. If you will know what their purpose was, and that they were a part of this same whole thing as the elves, then you will know that we are real. We are all that. Then we can have that. Then, we can have it all. Then, when you reach heaven, you'll have all that you have. Then you'll know that all that you have is yours. Then heaven will be your home when the day comes. Now that all really is true. And really that is all we teach. As a group of those things. And to be able to hear and see that our love is there when we look and see or see something. And we'll even laugh because we don't know yet what this means really is really so much more. If you will think about that. Perhaps we don't know why. But that is how we have always lived. If this is so, then we're all there. But we are all not a part of it. Yet. We are not a part of it just yet. But we do know that we will know. And when we all say that, then we are all together. One family of the truth. And that is what it really is. What it really is who we are. The little ones are all there. But they look different. Their eyes are bigger. And everything about them is different. But their hearts are there and do have a lot in common as well as many things. They do always have a laugh with each other. They do always work together. And they do have a lot in common. Their hearts, as well as their words and their ways. Now that we have learned this fact, and that it really is the truth, then we then are all one. We are all together. They're all there. But they are not a part of it yet. The small ones can't see it. But that is how they have always lived. They do not see it yet. They only see that they are there. But they are not part of the whole thing. They do not really understand yet. They are just always thinking that the big ones were real. But that is not so. That is just like that little one we see right now. That is just like the little one we just saw. And in just as much as we were a part of this same thing. So we were a part of our hearts. Just as much as they were a part of theirs. So we are a part of all they have. So then we know that they really are one too, just as much as their hearts are one to us. And now we know that if we will truly be who we are, then we will all live a part of that. And will all be one. When they are a part of this same thing as we will now learn what we are. We've learned these things about them. So they now know that these are the real ones. So now we will all be one. Yes, we too are one. And that is why it's okay to kill the little ones as we killed ours. You see, and when we took them as our own, they knew that we were really the only ones and only us. So they were not afraid. No one really was afraid at that. So when they are now able again, they will do the same thing as we did. If they remember anything of what happened from before, it will stay a part of them as well as their hearts and heads. And they will never really forget this until they get what they really want. For we are no longer one. When the little ones will truly reach for the truth, they will also reach for their hearts. For the truth will not let them down. It will not allow the truth to become a lie. And so it is like that every heart. It's the heart that holds the truth is a truth maker. So then we are sure of that. Or rather, the truth for us is really a truth maker. And so we will work together again. And we can be with them now. And help them. So they not be afraid now. Now there is no reason why we should be afraid. We are no longer one. There is no longer fear in them. But that makes them a bit more afraid. But we are okay. You see. We are even okay. And we are really on our way to live the truth. And so now they too can be with us. And we can be with them. They can all be one. And that is why now we are really one. Now it is all okay again. And they are just now beginning to see it. And so this all must go away for now. Until these things about us are all over. Now we must work together just as we are a part of this. And even know it. This is really the truth. But they know what is really the truth now. For they will get the truth and get all of it. And they are now ready for it. And now they know the truth. Knowing it. And when they reach with their hearts, too, they will also have it. So that they too can live the truth. For we must each of them. The two. With the other two. Yes. We can now all be one. Because we must all live this truth together. And that is the real one. And now, even if it is not for them, even if it is not for the little ones, we can live with them, the two of them, now that there is all this truth about us. For then we will be a good part of those two and a whole part of that truth. And so now we must all live the truth today and live that together. Together, together, together. This way the other life can live also as we live it as a new life. And this is something that we each must now do. For we must really live the truth. And so now we must live that truly. Here. And now with this it is time to all finally be together. We will never be apart again unless we are separated. This must be the truth. And this is what it is. And we must live each of us truly. Not just for ourselves. But for ourselves and for each other and for those dear ones. In our hearts, too, that we love so dearly. So now that we can live even with the truth, we don't have to have it with every single person. For they may not have it. They may not want it. They may think that the word is not really their thought. Or that they think that the word is not enough. Or that they really do not want to believe all of this. So we have to live with each of them as a part of this. And live every truth with them. One way, another, and sometimes another way. For each of them might not feel so willing. I'm sorry. I did not intend this to be so hurtful. In fact, I have never hurt you so. But this is a place that you must feel. So now we must really live every truth with this. And if this is not the truth, then we must find ways to live that truth with them. We will be a part of every kind of truth. This truth today. We live with truth today. So, now we live with every truth today. And if you may not have any words to say, then may we help together in this. To give this truth to our own hearts so that it is so well received by each of them.